No.
Good morning, Johnny.
Is it morning already? Are you sure?
Yes, look at the window. The sun is shining.
But it feels like the middle of the night.
It is 7 a.m. It is time.
Time for what? Time to sleep more?
No, it is time to wake up.
I do not want to wake up. My bed is so warm.
You must wake up. We have a class to teach. We have students waiting.
Okay. One eye is open. Now 2 eyes are open. I am awake.
Excellent. Welcome to Mrs. English Hub. Today we are talking about the most important part of the day.
The morning and the phrasal verb wake up.
We have a long, interesting lesson for you today. Are you ready?
I am ready. I am waking up now. Let's do this. Hello, everyone. I am Johnny.
And I am Emmilia. Welcome to our A1 listening practice.
This channel is for beginners who want to improve their English listening.
Today, we are focusing on one specific verb. It is a phrasal verb.
Phrasal verbs are very common in English. They are a verb plus a preposition.
Today's verb is wake up. W-A-K-E-U-P.
Emmilia, can you explain simply what does wake up mean?
Of course. To wake up means to stop sleeping.
It is the moment when your sleep ends?
Exactly. You are sleeping, you are dreaming, and then you open your eyes. You wake up.
So when my brain starts working again?
Yes, when you become conscious. That is waking up.
I do that every single day.
We all do. It is the first thing we do every morning.
Unless you sleep all day.
Even if you sleep all day, eventually you must wake up.
That is true. In this video, we are going to talk a lot about mornings.
We will talk about alarm clocks, coffee, breakfast, and feeling tired.
We will speak slowly and clearly.
We want you to listen to the rhythm of the conversation.
And please, count how many times we say wake up.
It will be many, many times.
Before we start the first section, Emmilia, are you a morning person?
Yes, I am. I love the morning. I wake up feeling happy.
Wow, I am the opposite. I wake up feeling confused.
We will talk about that difference today. Emmilia, there is a very common mistake that students make.
What is the mistake?
They confuse wake up and get up.
Ah, yes. These two verbs are very similar.
They are similar, but they are not the same.
Can we explain the difference?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Wake up is mental. It is about your eyes and your brain.
Correct. You are in your bed, your eyes open, you are no longer asleep. You wake up.
But are you standing?
No, you are still lying down. You are under the blanket.
Exactly. Now, what is get up?
Get up is physical. It is about your body.
It is the action of leaving the bed.
Yes, you throw the blanket off, you move your legs, you put your feet on the floor, you stand up.
So, get up means to get out of bed.
Precisely. So, let me ask you about your routine, Johnny.
Okay.
Do you wake up and get up at the exact same minute?
Oh, absolutely not. Never.
Tell me about your typical morning.
Well, my alarm rings at 7 a.m.
Okay.
The noise stops my sleep, so I wake up at 7 a.m.
You open your eyes at 7.
Yes. I look at the ceiling. I think, oh, I am tired.
So you are awake, but are you up?
No, I am not up. I stay in bed.
What do you do in bed?
I check my phone. I look at the news. I check my messages. I stretch my arms.
How long do you do this?
usually for 15 or 20 minutes.
That's a long time.
It feels like a short time. So I wake up at 7, but I finally get up at 7:20.
I see. There's a 20-minute gap between waking up and getting up.
Yes. What about you, Emmilia?
I am very different.
I suspect you are fast.
I am. I set my alarm for 6:30 a.m.
That's early.
When the alarm rings, I wake up. I open my eyes.
And then?
And then, immediately, I get up.
Immediately?
Yes, within 10 seconds. I wake up and I jump out of bed.
You jump?
Well, maybe not jump, but I stand up very fast.
Why? Is the bed on fire?
No, but I want to start my day. I have things to do.
You have a lot of energy. I need time to prepare my brain before I get up.
Many people are like you, Johnny. They like to lie in bed after they wake up.
It is the most comfortable time of the day.
But be careful. If you stay in bed too long, you might fall asleep again.
That is true. Sometimes I wake up, I stay in bed, and then, oops, I sleep again.
And then you are late for work.
Yes, that is a big problem.
Before we continue to the next section, we have a small favor to ask.
Yes, we are working hard to help you learn English.
If you understand the difference between wake up and get up, please click the like button now.
It helps Mrs. English Hub grow. Thank you very much.
Now, let's talk about how we wake up.
Most people do not wake up naturally during the week.
No, because we have jobs and school. We need help.
We need a machine, an alarm clock.
Do you use a real clock, Jonny, or your phone?
I use my smartphone. I think everyone uses their smartphone now.
I use my phone too, but the sound is very important.
Oh yes, the sound determines your mood.
What sound does your alarm make?
It is a terrible sound. It goes beep, beep, beep.
That is very aggressive.
It is. It scares me. Every morning I have a heart attack.
It shocks you to wake up.
Yes, I'm sleeping peacefully and then suddenly, beep, I wake up in a panic.
Why don't you change the sound?
I tried. I tried gentle music.
Did it work?
No, the music was too nice. It was too relaxing.
So what happened?
I did not wake up. The music played and I kept sleeping. I dreamed I was at a concert.
Oh dear. So you need the loud noise to wake up.
Yes, I need the shock. What about you?
My alarm is gentle. It sounds like birds singing.
Birds?
Yes, a nice tweet, tweet, tweet sound.
And that wakes you up?
Yes, it wakes me up slowly. I feel calm.
You are lucky. If I used bird sounds, I would be late for work every day.
Now, Jonny, we must discuss the most dangerous button on the phone.
I know which button you mean.
The snooze button.
S-N-O-O-Z-E. Snooze.
Can you explain this feature to our listeners?
Sure. When the alarm rings, you have two choices.
Choice number 1.
You can turn the alarm off. This means you must wake up and stay awake.
And choice number 2?
You press snooze. The alarm stops, but it will ring again in 9 minutes.
So it gives you 9 more minutes of sleep.
Yes, it is a trap.
Do you use the snooze button?
Emmilia, I am the king of snooze.
Oh no. How many times do you press it?
Usually 3 times, sometimes 4.
4 times? That is almost 40 minutes.
I know, it is a bad habit.
Walk us through it. The alarm rings at 7.
I wake up, I see 7, I press snooze, I go back to sleep.
Then what?
At 7:09, it rings again. I wake up again. I press snooze, I sleep again.
And then?
At 7:18, it rings a third time.
Jonny, you are waking up 3 times every morning.
Yes, it is exhausting.
This is why you're tired. Your sleep is broken.
I know, but those 9 minutes feel so good.
Listeners, do not be like Jonny. Be like me.
Do you never snooze?
Never. When I wake up, I stay awake.
You have strong willpower.
I just put my phone across the room.
Across the room? Not on your bedside table?
No, I put it on my desk, so to turn it off, I must get up.
You must leave your bed to stop the noise.
Exactly. And once I'm out of bed, I'm up. I'm awake.
That is a very smart trick.
It works. If the phone is next to my pillow, I might press snooze.
I should try that, but I'm afraid I will just walk back to bed.
You have to try it.
Okay, so we have woken up, we have gotten up.
Now we are in the kitchen.
This is the most critical part of the morning routine.
Why is it critical?
Because I am still a zombie.
A zombie? Like in a horror movie?
Yes, my body is moving, but my brain is dead. I cannot speak, I cannot think.
What do you need to fix this?
I need caffeine. I need coffee.
Coffee is the fuel for many people.
I go to the kitchen, I make a strong cup of black coffee.
The smell of coffee helps, doesn't it?
Oh yes, the smell tells my brain, hello, it is time to wake up.
Do you drink it fast?
No, it is hot. I sip it slowly. With every sip, I wake up a little more.
So, before coffee, zombie Jonny. After coffee, human Jonny.
Exactly. I am not a nice person before my coffee. Do not talk to me before coffee.
I will remember that.
What about you? Do you need coffee to wake up?
I like coffee, but I don't need it to function.
Really?
Yes, I usually drink tea in the morning. Earl Grey tea.
That is very British of you.
It's gentle. It warms my stomach. It helps me wake up peacefully.
See, you are peaceful. I am chaotic.
Also, I drink a large glass of water.
Water? Just plain water?
Yes, cold water.
Why?
Because when you sleep for 8 hours, you do not drink. Your body is dehydrated.
That makes sense.
Water hydrates your brain. It helps you wake up faster than coffee.
I know you're right, but water is boring. Coffee is delicious.
You should try both. Water first, then coffee.
Maybe. What about breakfast? Does food help you wake up?
Yes, I am always hungry in the morning.
Me too.
I make toast or oatmeal. The energy from food wakes up my metabolism.
I usually eat cereal. The crunching noise helps me wake up. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Whatever works for you.
Some people take a shower to wake up.
Oh, the morning shower. Hot or cold?
For me, hot. A hot shower relaxes my muscles.
But does it wake you up? Hot water makes me sleepy.
It wakes me up because I wash my face.
Some crazy people take cold showers.
Cold, freezing water?
Yes, it's a big shock to the body.
That would certainly wake you up.
You would wake up very fast. You would scream.
I think I will stick to my coffee. It's less painful.
Speaking of waking up, we want to help your English skills wake up.
If you want more conversations like this, please subscribe to our channel.
Join the Mrs. English Hub family. We post new lessons every week.
Don't miss out. Click subscribe now.
No. I usually wake up around 9:30 or 10 a.m.
That sounds lovely.
It is wonderful. I wake up slowly, I stretch, I smile.
Because you don't have to work.
Exactly. There is no stress.
I also sleep late on weekends, but only until 8 a.m.
8 a.m. is still early for me.
My internal clock wakes me up.
Your body is programmed for 6:30.
Yes, even if I want to sleep, my eyes open. My body says, Emmilia, wake up. It is morning.
That is annoying.
Sometimes I try to go back to sleep, but I can't.
So you just get up.
Yes, I get up, make tea, and read a book. It is quiet.
That sounds relaxing.
It is. I love the quiet morning time before the world wakes up.
Before the traffic starts, before the noise.
Yes, it is my favorite time.
Emmilia, so far, we talked about waking up ourselves. I wake up.
But there is another way to use this verb.
We can wake someone else up.
This is when you disturb another person's sleep.
For example, parents. Parents always have to wake their kids up.
Yes, kids wake up, school bus is coming.
It is a difficult job. Teenagers do not want to wake up.
Do you remember when you were a teenager?
Yes, my mother tried everything to wake me up.
What did she do?
First, she knocked on the door. Johnny, wake up.
Did that work?
No, I ignored her.
Then what?
Then she came in and opened the curtains. The sunlight hit my face.
Did that work?
No, I put the pillow over my head.
Your poor mother.
Finally, she pulled the blankets off the bed.
She took your blanket?
Yes, then I was cold, so I had to wake up and get up.
She was a smart woman.
Sometimes we have to wake up our partners or spouses.
Yes, if my husband is snoring, I have to wake him up.
Snoring is loud breathing while sleeping.
Yes, it is very loud. I cannot sleep, so I push him.
You push him?
Gently, I say, "Honey, wake up. You are snoring."
Does he wake up?
Usually, he just turns over and stops snoring. He doesn't fully wake up.
Other things can wake us up too, not just people.
Noises.
Yes, a car alarm outside.
Construction work. Drill noises.
Or animals. Does your cat wake you up?
Oh, yes. My cat is my second alarm clock.
What does he do?
He walks on my face.
He walks on your face?
Yes, or he sits on my chest and stares at me.
That is scary.
He wants breakfast. He meows, meow, meow, until I wake up.
You cannot hit the snooze button on a cat.
No, you must get up and feed him.
My neighbor has a dog. The dog barks at 6 a.m.
And the barking wakes you up?
Yes, it makes me very angry. I want to yell, "Wake up, neighbor! Quiet your dog!"
We have no control over noises.
It is the worst way to wake up. I prefer my alarm clock over the dog.
Okay, Johnny, we have talked enough. Let's test our listeners.
Good idea. A mini quiz.
I will describe a situation. You guys have to decide, is it wake up or get up?
Listen carefully.
Situation number 1. The alarm rings. Sarah stops dreaming. She opens her eyes. She sees the clock.
Did she wake up or get up?
The answer is, she woke up.
Correct. She is still in bed.
Situation number 2. Tom throws his blanket on the floor. He puts on his slippers. He walks to the bathroom.
Did Tom wake up or get up?
The answer is, he got up.
Because he's out of bed.
Last one. Situation number 3. I go into my son's room. I shake his shoulder. He opens his eyes.
Did you wake him up or get him up?
I woke him up.
You caused him to stop sleeping.
Good job, everyone. I hope you got 3 out of 3.
Wow, we talked a lot about mornings today.
I hope our listeners are not asleep.
I hope we didn't put them to sleep. Wake up, listeners!
We learned the difference between wake up and get up.
We talked about snoozing, coffee, and annoying cats.
Remember, the best way to learn these phrasal verbs is to use them.
Tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, say to yourself, "I am waking up."
And when you stand up, say, "I am getting up."
If you enjoyed this friendly conversation, please give us a thumbs up.
And don't forget to subscribe to Mrs. English Hub for more A1 listening practice.
We have many more topics coming soon.
Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.
And have a good morning.
Bye-bye.